Last week Gousto sent me one of their boxes to try out. So it's a delivery service and they send meals to you to cook. They send all the ingredients, everything's all weighed out and ready to go. I have tried a box like this before and I really liked it, so I had a lot of high expectations for this box and I like this one as well. Here's a look at how I got on. My Gousto box has arrived, so this is what it looks like. It's quite a large box, but they didn't have any problems delivering it. So I'm just unpacking everything. There's 2 ciabatta, some eggs. These eggs are quite well wrapped, so that's good because it's always an issue if you're getting eggs through the post. 1 spring onion. So one thing that I do like about these boxes is they only send the ingredients that you need, so you don't have to buy a whole bunch of spring onions, you just get one. There's a brush in the box. What's that for? Rub a dub spud Gousto brush for cleaning your potatoes with. Giant couscous. I've not had that before. Ooh, what's in this little jar? Oh, honey! Well, this is all the spices, so they're all in individual bags there. A little sachet of soy sauce, and also in that bag there's some cloves of garlic. Ooh! I'm just opening the meat bag and it's got, well, it's not the meat bag, it's the refrigerated, chilled bag, and it's got Year Valley yogurt in it, and I, as you know, really like Year Valley yogurt. And also, it's inside this Ziploc bag, so if it did split, which it hasn't, it wouldn't leak everywhere. The ice packs in there are still frozen solid as well, so you know it's nice and chilled. More ice packs. Oh, that smells like animals. The wool wrapping that it's in has got a scent. It's a bit animally. I mean, it's wrapped in plastic, it's not touching the food, but it's a bit weird. So this is everything that comes in the box. There's all the herbs and spices, and that includes your fresh herbs too. Yogurt, tahini, sweet corn. There's some meats at the back. Halloumi, giant couscous, and sweet potatoes, ciabatta, eggs. And then it's also got the recipe card. The tomatoes are very ripe and I actually put my finger through one of those, so we'll probably eat the recipe that uses the tomatoes first. The first meal that I cooked was a vegetarian one and it was sweet corn fritters. Now I really liked the meals in this box. This was the only one that I thought was a little bit, it was good, but it just wasn't as good as the other 2 meals that we're gonna see. But it turns out I actually made a mistake in the recipe. So have a look at how I cooked it and see if you can spot what the mistake I made was. Okay, for night 1, I'm making the sweet corn fritters. I'm having to add a few items to this myself, and that's 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 75 mils of milk, and 90 grams of self-raising flour. So I've got those in the cupboard. I think most people would probably have those in the cupboard, so it shouldn't really be an issue. So a little bit annoying, the ring pull just came off the can of sweet corn, but I also have a can opener, no problem. I've got the first 2 fritters in the pan now. They're looking nice. I could only get 2 in. It does say you can squeeze in 4, but I couldn't quite manage it. And the halloumi is in the griddle pan, just here. There's quite a lot of liquid in it at the moment. I'm not sure if I should have patted it dry before I put it into the pan, but I'm gonna give the heat under that a while to evaporate some of that liquid off, so that'll be fine. I managed to get 4 fritters in the next pan. There's a little bit of joinage there, but I'll be able to separate that. And the halloumi is also evaporated off that liquid and is looking good. My last lot of fritters are in the frying pan. I've just had a little nibble out of this one. They are really, really good. It's actually made 13 fritters, which seems like loads, but I'm thinking perhaps I didn't do them thick enough. But the way the batter was, it was spreading out in the pan, so that was as thick as I could make them. But it's looking good. I'm really impressed. There's definitely enough there to feed 3 people easily. And to go with it, we've got the halloumi, which grilled up really nicely, and the chili and tomato salsa, which I just portioned up separately. It looks really good, doesn't it? So the mistake that I made was I put too much milk in the pancakes. Now, in my defense, I think the instructions are a little bit confusing, or maybe I'm just a bit scatty, I don't know. I glanced down to look how much milk I needed to put in, and I looked at the recipe for 4 people instead of 2, because obviously I was following the instructions for 2 people. So although I did make that mistake with the pancakes, I also thought that the salsa was a little bit plain, especially when you compare it to the other 2 meals that we're going to look at there. Accompanying dishes were just better, I thought. And that recipe, it seemed to have a lot of steps to it, and there was quite a lot washing up at the end. So there was 2 bowls and 2 pans. That doesn't make it sound like very much, but I felt like at the end my kitchen was quite messy. So that would have been a nice one. It took 45 minutes to cook. It would have been a nice one to do maybe as like a date night, to cook with somebody and cook over a glass of wine and really enjoy the cooking process as part of the evening. Because if you were just stuck in the kitchen doing it, it was a longer one to cook, and I felt quite involved and more messy. So let's have a look at the other two dishes now. For day two, it's these lamb and mint burgers. I've got the sweet potato fries in the oven at the moment. This is the tzatziki that I've already made up. And this is the lamb burger mince, which I'm just about to fry into patties. Okay, the lamb burger's ready. It's just got onions to go on the top. A nice dollop of that tzatziki. And the crispy bun. And we're done. It looks really tasty, this one does. It's the final meal tonight, which is sweet tahini chicken. This one should be quicker than the others to cook. It only takes 25 minutes. This is the dressing that goes over the chicken. So already in the bowl, there's the zest and the juice of a lime and a clove of grated garlic. And then I'm going to add to it this tahini. So tahini is a sesame paste. So there's a little joke on there which says open sesame. The chicken is sizzling away under the grill. I don't know if you can hear that, but it smells really good. I'm also adding a sachet of soy and this whole pot of honey. Here's me not reading the recipe again. You also have to put into this 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm just plating it up now, and the couscous looks really, really good. The tahini like dressing on it has gone, like the oil and the tahini is mixed together and made like an emulsion, which has made it really creamy. And the chicken looks sensational. It's got a really nice crisp to it. Not all of the dressing is in with the couscous. You save a little bit back and then drizzle it on the top at the end. And that was the 2 meals. They were really tasty. So a Gousto box is $34.99 for the box that I tried, which is 3 meals for 2 people. I do have a discount code for you, which is FoodieLaura20, and you get £20 off your first box. The thing I like about the Gousto boxes is there isn't any commitment. So you can sign up and you can pause it for 1 week if you don't fancy it, or you can stop it completely. You're not like locked into anything, so you can just try it as a one-off. And I think it makes, it is expensive. It is expensive for 3 meals, definitely. You've seen what I spend normally on my groceries. I would say it was expensive, but I think if you compare it to getting a takeaway or going out for a meal, then it's not expensive. Sure, it's definitely a special treat thing. It's not something you would do, you know, replace all of your meals with and live on one of those boxes. But for convenience, if you've got like a busy week, I think it would be really good to have in, and then you know you've got all of the ingredients there and there's no waste with it either. Like, you've only got that 1 spring onion because that was all you need for the recipes, whereas if you went out and did your shopping, you'd have to buy a whole bunch of spring onions, and you get all that waste and bits and pieces in the bottom of your fridge, which you just don't get with this box. So that's really good. So of these 3 dishes that I made, which one would you most like to make or try? I'd also be really interested to hear if you've tried one of these subscription boxes before and what your experiences has been like. Mine, I have to say, have all been really positive. I think it's a great idea. I really like the concept of it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week. When I first got the NutriBullet, this was a bit I was nervous about because I was expecting it all to leak out, but it's never happened. As long as your lid's on, you're fine.